Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on another couple of days for Junk Journal January, and this is sponsored by Meg Journals. And I've saw several people doing this, and I finally got on the bandwagon. I promise not to drop it like I did December Ember. Those prompts I just could not get into. I'm so sorry, but but these you only have one prompt word for each day. So much easier and so much fun. I've got my 2025 on here, so I know what January I'm working with. And here is the beautiful cover we made the last time we were here because the prompt word that day was cover. So I'm going to go into my first day, which is this piece of paper. And that's why I haven't sewn it together yet, so I could take them and do them separately. So I'm just going to kind of lay it out. And the prompt word for today is envelope. So I'm using this bank envelope. And I've got some scrap paper here that's real delicate looking and feminine. And we're going to put that as our background and on top of our flap up here. And I think I cut out a dress or something with that. I'm going to use this beautiful image that I think Chestita sent me this beautiful image, and it's like one of those, I guess, like in high school, you give everybody your school picture. I think it's similar to that. And I just thought it would be fun to have Western Union Telegram on there because it gives it a little older image and all that kind of stuff. All right. And for the background, since it's just that envelope and the Western Telegram, it's going to basically cover the whole thing. So I just thought for my, mixed media special effect or whatever, I would use this beautiful, what is it called? A splash, THSO80, on the whole background. And we'll do it in, probably the vintage photo. So let's go ahead and grab our brush and just go over the back with our vintage photo. Vintage really suits the whole theme here since that's what's going into the book. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. It's subtle, but it'll give you something to look at. I may even go around the outside edge here with a little bit of a darker shade. I don't know. I only really have to do the outside because, like I said, all of my elements are going to basically take care of everything else that's here. And let's go ahead and go over this side. I don't know, I'll probably have a little bit showing here around the spine. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we cover that area. I don't want to get too close to the spine so it'll fold shut easy. I don't know that I'm going to have any kind of a closure on it. Haven't decided. It's very pale there, boy. But yeah, I haven't really decided. It may get another type of a tie kind of a closure like I did for my junk journal. Yeah, nothing but junk journal. That was different. I'm not used to doing junk. I mean, I'll use junk and recycle it, but I use other things to help myself recycle it. So there we go. I'm wondering if I can't... I don't know where I was with this one. Right there. Need to get in here and make it a little darker. It doesn't seem like it's got enough shade. Not that I think it's going to see too much of the light of day. There we go. And then this over here needs it too. I think my Western Union Telegram, though, is going to kind of be there. All right, so that's all we're going to do for that. And as you can see, it adds a nice little background. Now we're going to get in here next and cover our paper envelope. And I may need to do a little bit of gluing there to glue the mouth shut. Sometimes these don't go all the way shut. And if you left it open, you're liable to snag in between those two, you know. So you want to take care of that. Now, I have this one little strip, and I'm basically doing it because of this sticky. Every time they give you your envelope, they've got like that little sticky on it. And we're just going to go around the outside for this part. I'm not going to worry about it going down into it. And then I'm just going to stick it right there. This will not fold shut. It will be glued down all the way. There is white images in here, so that's why I thought that little bit of white showing wouldn't hurt. And I'm going to turn it around this way. I really would like to try to get that as close as possible to the shape that it is. So I'm going to go down like that. And then it's actually comes over like that. Okay. Let's see if I can get that a little closer than a straight line is what I'm going for. I want to thank everybody for coming to visit and coming to see what I'm doing today. I'm really enjoying this Junk Journal January. And if you didn't hear me on my last video, I was saying I would like to have this have a vintage feel to the whole book. So we're going to make sure that each image has some kind of vintage, you know, subject matter, some ladies and such here with beautiful hats and just old-fashioned. Pretty. Okay. Easier for me to put the glue on here where I know it's going to go where it needs to go. Okay. Okay. Not much to it. There we are. I don't know that that's exactly where it wants to be, but trying to get it right along that edge. A little too far. There. Now let's... I don't really think I got the right mouth on it, but that's okay. It's as close as I need to get it. Everybody will be looking at my lady anyway. All right, now you want to get in here and cut this down. And if I didn't say before, I'm going to be doing 2 of the prompts today. I'm going to do 2 until I get caught up. Unless it's one that's going to do a lot of mixed media. Oh, I cut that right open. So, yeah. If it's a lot of mixed media and I may take longer, I'll do a single prompt. I'm always liking to try new things out. If you recall the last one, I don't do that, the rub off, what do you call it, resist technique. I don't do that very much at all. And I cannot believe how that worked, where it took off the darn. Oh, I didn't open that. Okay, good. And what was this side? Oh, I still didn't mess with it. Okay. But yeah, it just, it didn't quite work. I didn't like that. Took off the paper. Alright, I'm going to actually use this background here. And I'm going to get back in here with a little bit of my ink. And we're going to distress some of the edges here. And nobody's going to see this under here because that's going to be covered. So yeah, I want to give a little bit of an aged look here. And I'm going to even go in here and cover that where it's not white. Yeah. Didn't need to be totally green. A little bit of edging on it will not hurt a bit. And I'm probably going to go over it with some scorched timber as well, just on the main edge. Now the Western Union here needs a little bit of something on it. It sure isn't taking it very well. There we go. It's too blue. It needs a little bit of something else on there. There. Okay. And I don't think I need to do anything with her. I think she is fine. And yeah, I need to get in here with a little scorched timber. See if, yeah. Give myself a little bit there. And also on here, I think I might need another spouncer. That one looks like it might be on its last legs. It's got little balls peeling off of it. Ah, it's getting the look I want now. Okay, now we're going to glue this one down. We'll be done with it. Get all the remnants off of it. Okay, so our Western Union only needs to stick out right to there. So we'll put the glue on here like this and figure out where we want it to go. I want it to stick out toward the bottom like that. Get it on there as close as possible. Now we're going to go ahead and do the whole thing. I was out there feeding my crows earlier. They were kind of milling around the yard, and wasn't anything out there for them to eat because everything's covered with snow. I think I got about 6 inches. And threw them some bread out there. And then I took one of my cat food containers or plates because Graylin has got to have, he's got to have his juice. So he will suck the juice off of everything that's on the food. Oh gosh, it's tall with that top on there. Rats. I didn't think it was going to be that tall. Okay. It is what it is, right? So I put that out there, and they were going to town on it. They were calling to the guys. Everybody was, and then this one, he picked up 3 or 4. I pinched up about a loaf of bread into about 5 or 6 pieces. He was picking up almost a whole loaf of bread. He picked up 5 or 6 of them and flew. I guess he was taking that back to the nest. Okay, so she's going right there. And I would like to have something up here. I wonder if I can use that word vintage. Okay, vintage was too big, so we're going to go in here. I've got a We Can Do Anything Together. I had somebody send me a whole page of these different shapes. There was ovals on it. I don't know where they got them. But I was trying to use them all up, and I got down to a certain amount. I just didn't know what to do with the rest of them. But this one's colors will work out very nicely here. Yeah, it looks like she's telling somebody we can do everything together. And that one says, I am enough. Put a little glue on the back of this, and we'll tuck it up there on the top. Yep. It's going to go right down in here. Just like that. And that kind of pulls your eye down in there and covers up that little bit of nothing. So, good. We're done with that one. So, everybody was putting numbers on here. So, like I have to do me a batch of numbers, either with those sides or I have another set that's a little bigger, and I'll have to get those fixed up, and we'll put them in. I'll put them in the next time I get to working on here. Now, this will be number 3, which is tickets. And I've got something kind of fun I'm doing with it, because I have, let's see, I don't really have a ticket per se. Now, I have this leftover map paper that I think it'll be just enough. Actually, that's upside down. I've got this that I'd made a while back, and it was a mixed media tag, and it has these little children on it and a clock. It was supposed to be sort of like a school thing, or they had an appointment for the dentist, because it has dentifrice down here. Can't say that word. Yeah, it's even got it's got some, what is that? It's heat embossed. It's mixed media glaze. Oh gosh, embossing glaze from Tim Holtz. I can't even. But it's kind of likes to warp a little bit. But I had some stamping I did in here. I had like a resist technique that I did back here with a flower, though you can't see it. I had like one of these from one of the Tim Holtz paper pads. But it's going to go on here about like this. So I might actually have to get the atlas out and get me a bigger piece. I would like one solid piece behind there. But the whole idea with the dentifrice, which is dentist, I guess, in French, I've got this little girl, and she looks like the Tooth Fairy. So this was something from scrapbooking with me a long time ago. But I wanted an older image, and I picked her out first, and I thought, well, let me see if I can find that. I never could find another one of those. So I said, well, I'll just use that. So let me find a map page. All right, I found this piece from Wisconsin that has these pretty squares of, you know, pink and mauve and beige and all that. And I thought that would go really well here with these little children. It's kind of like brightens it up. Plus, it's got a little bit of blue, which she's got a little bit of blue in here. And then she's got that color as well. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's the top of my envelope. I'm going to have to trim that off. But let's get in here, and we're going to figure out where we want to be. I don't have to be in the water part. So we're going to just kind of draw around the outside of this. And I don't even know if I could see that mark, because it's it's kind of right there on that line. Okay, let's see what I can do with that. Let me cut this on my trimmer real quick. Okay, it's a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, both above and on the side. So we're going to get in here and do a little bit of trimming on it, like right there. And we'll come over here and do a little trimming on this side. Trying to make sure it's squared off. Yeah. See what we got now. Oh yeah. Yep, just right. I wanted that little bit of halo of a frame. You know me. Now we're going to get out our fabric tack. And I'm going to put this down, and it's got to drain down. I got to fill it up again. I tell you, I go through some fabric tack. I actually got to buy some more. I guess I didn't go through as much at Christmas as I thought I would. Sometimes I'll buy up, because those people that's doing those craft shows will go to Walmart and buy up every bit of it. And I usually have to get it beforehand. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Now, I'm going to leave it on the side. Ooh, it's actually draining out a little bit, too. I'm I have to put something under it because it's getting ready to drip. Let me put them under it because they'll be the next thing going down. And let me get this down real quick. Ooh, I see it squeeching out. All right. Do a little bit of wiping real quick. That took care of it. Now, we're going to go ahead and put them down because the Tooth Fairy will be over top of them. She'll be layered on top of one of their corners. And they have a really warped kind of card. Whenever you do a lot of wet work and things on paper, it will very much warp. Okay, see what we can do to get this to work out. All right. Now, they are going to go down here in the corner. And sometimes I will stick my stamp block on top. Now, as you can see, that's not quite big enough. So, let me go back here and get this, which is a quilt square. And I'm going to stick that on top of there and that. So, I'm going to hold this down for a little bit. Okay, our little girl and boy are stuck down now. And the whole idea of the map page being behind there is because the Tooth Fairy travels around, don't you know, and goes to all the little girls and boys' houses that she needs to collect all of the goodies. And so I don't know. I guess she does it at night because that's when we always put the quarter. Well, we put the tooth under her pillow. And usually we got a quarter. I can't remember if we got just nickels and dimes, but in our day and age, we got a quarter. I think later on, we may have got $1. I'm trying to remember. That might have been my brother, because he's 5 years younger than me. He might have got $1. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, she's just going to kind of go over it. And see, her browns and stuff and hair matches really nicely to that. Yeah. So here is our Tooth Fairy, or tooth, I mean. And that's going to be right here, and that's going to let you know that that's the Tooth Fairy. Now it's got three, you notice it's got 3 roots on it. Now this, if it was a bottom molar, that would say that you had Indian ancestry. I'm really tying my tongue now, but yes, if you have 3 or 4, now I had one that got pulled and it had like a double root, like it was like a 4th piece, because I already had 3. But when they pulled it, this one woman, she had like a little museum of teeth, and she really wanted my tooth because she said it was, it was not very many people had those. So I ended up going to somebody else, and I told him I wanted to keep it. I've got it in my bathroom. So I'm going to actually get on here and make this look like it's midnight, or just after midnight. I'm going to make this a little arrow, and then we're going to make it look like it's maybe almost 5 after midnight. There we go. Now, I've got done with 2 prompts. That was prompt number 2, which was envelope. Oh, and I did say I was going to have to trim that off, so let's fix that right now. So this gets cut down where you don't see it. And then we're going to finish the edge like we did before with a little bit of that. All right, all my subscribers and viewers, I hope you enjoyed that. You get to see what we made. So we have number 2 envelope, and then we have number 3. Oh, crap, I didn't make that a ticket. I meant I meant to make the shape of this a ticket. Oh, man, that's why I even pulled it out. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we're going to get in here and make us a ticket to go on our page. All right, so this is Ticket Booth, I believe they call it. And it's 662698. Now, I don't know if that goes with just this. Yeah, I guess it does. Because I also have the stamps. But we're not going to use the stamps. We're just going to make us a ticket. And this is like an average size ticket right there. So that's probably the one I'm going to use. Because I don't want it to be too big. Yeah, I'm sure. Now, see, you don't have as many ticket dies here that as you have ticket stamps, because there's two of them that go with two different images. Okay, and then we have my, oh, what is that? Part of a number. So we have my little Sizzix I got earlier, sometime last year as part of my Christmas, I guess. And it's got a suction on here. Hopefully it'll work. And I gotta find a paper. Perfect. I found this little piece of some coffee dyed paper that I had. And we're going to put my ticket on here. As you can see, these things cut up really quickly. But I'm going to put this on here, especially around where that's kind of a coffee stain is. I really like that. And I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape. And we're going to put that through our machine. I'm trying to remember which way it goes. This way. Okay. So, and it doesn't suction to this very well at all. Ugh. Oh. There we go. And then I have this, which pulls right off. And see, now I got a ticket stamp on there, or ticket cut. Ugh. But yeah, we're going to take that and we're going to do some goodies with it. Let me just set this to the side. And we are going to ink around the outside edge. I don't know that I'm going to do any stamping on it. I think I'm just going to get in here and put a word or two on it. Just make it up myself. So yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit of vintaging here. Okay. Now, where is my marker again? That's number 1. I want number 8. There we go. Okay. And here is what I'm going to write on it. I'm going to shrink you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, good for, I'll freehand it. Good for one tooth. That's all I could come up with. All right, so tooth. Trying to make everybody uniform. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Good for one tooth. Right. I'm gonna have to start taking notes or something so I know what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, let's get it back up here where you can see it. Get my glue back out. And I may play with that a little bit more and make it a little, make all the width of the letters better. Looks like the H on tooth is a little fat. Okay, so we're going to put that right here, like this. Then it's not taking up her feet or anything else. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see if I can get that to stick. It's not wanting to go over that mixed media work there. All right, now we fulfilled it. We fulfilled the challenge. I actually have a ticket on here. And I did mean to cut this, like cut the corners off of it and maybe a little chunk out of there, and it would look like a ticket. Oh well, it's done now. It looks good. All right, so everybody have a great, great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.